Well, it's Throwback Thursday, and I thought we'd talk today maybe about some of the great men of Polk County that I knew. How about Guy Bostic? Guy Bostic at one time was a trooper. In addition to being a Florida Highway Patrol trooper, he was also the chief of police in Bartow. He was a good friend of mine and a good friend of Sheriff Crow's. So I was meeting with Guy Bostic one day and talking about the old times when he was in law enforcement. And I asked him, I said, Mr. Guy, what made you get into the trucking business? Didn't you like law enforcement? He said, Grady, I loved law enforcement, but I was starving to death. He started with one truck that he swapped the family car for and built an empire. From the beginning, humble beginnings of one truck. He was raised by a dad that worked in the pulpwood business up in Laughlin, Florida. This is America, and this is how great America is. But for those of you who knew Guy Bostic, he may have been one of the funniest men I ever heard, ever was around, ever communicated with. So I've got to tell you one of his jokes. Well, actually it wasn't a joke. This was a true story. We were talking one day and a fella that we all knew had passed away. And I said, Guy, are you going to go to this man's funeral? He said, no, sir, I'm not. And I go, well, why not? He said, well, he's not coming to mine. That's what I remember about Guy Bostic. He was funny. He was caring. He raised a great family. He created an empire, and he gave and he gave and he gave and he gave to charity. His son, Mark Bostic, is carrying on the family tradition and is a dear friend of mine today who still gives and gives and gives to charity.